What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another Cryptid Saturday, and today we're going over the Cryptids of Mississippi. I'm not gonna lie, I really couldn't find a solid article with like a list of all the Mississippi cryptids, so I found a short thing on the Chowita monster, and then we're gonna go through some Bigfoot stories because it's fun and he's there and you might as well. So let's go ahead and hop into the article. Before we do that though, guys, please remember to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on those notification bells so you never miss another video from me, as well as drop comments down below. Do you guys have your own stories you would like to share? I would really like to hear them, and let's get into this. Like I always like to say, guys, I don't know the rights to these articles. I simply use them to push along information. This couple of particular articles, these particular articles are coming from libguides.hindscc.edu, as well as HattiesburgAmerican.com. Please go over there and show them some love. Paranormal Mississippi Case Files, a Halloween Live Guide. So this is about the Chowita Monster. According to Pike County legend, a circus train rolling down the old Illinois Central Railroad to New Orleans derailed in the Tangipahoa swamps near Chowita. Aboard this train was a variety of strange and unusual critters, but the most notorious was billed as a half-man, half-ape hybrid. He was terribly ferocious and would attack any person or animal that got too close, so he had to be kept in a heavy iron cage in his own railcar. When a train derailed, all of the rail cars crashed into the woods, and most of the animals were killed. The only survivors were the ape-man and a few monkeys. A couple of weeks after the wreck, the ape-man was spotted lurking near St. Mary of Pines, so a search party was quickly put together and sent out to recapture him. But they returned empty-handed, and the ape-man was never seen again. Yet sightings of a large, hairy, Bigfoot-like creature roaming the swamps near Chowita persist to this day. Obviously, it was just an ape. It was an ape of some kind. My guess would be a chimpanzee, because they can look a lot like us in the right circumstances. And it escaped, and people saw it, and it was running around. I don't think it was a half man, half ape thing, but obviously this was back in, man, what did it say? God, I want to say it's like this was back in like the 1980s, I think, maybe even sooner than that. So, I mean, you never know. I mean, like down south, you never seen something like that before. Bigfoot legends are everywhere, so I could see where they would come up with the lore, but in my opinion, I think this was just the escaped monkeys or the escaped ape that everybody was seeing. So this one says, Mississippians share Bigfoot stories. Matthew Watson of Toomsumba said he saw Bigfoot 5 years ago as he was driving home from work. I was coming home from work April 2011. It was about 4:30 in the evening, and there's a little road that I take that has a little bridge. I go across the bridge and there's a power line cut. I look to the left into the power line cut where there's usually deer, but this time it was a 9 foot tall hairy creature running across at full sprint. Like a linebacker running at full speed down the line. It was amazingly shocking. By the time I had stopped to turn around, it was gone. Gone, massive creature. Watson said he immediately told his wife Christy. I didn't believe him, she said. I thought he was crazy. Despite his wife's disbelief, Watson is adamant in his claims, his eyes growing wide as he describes the extremely hairy, reddish-brown creature that he saw that day. There was grass in the field. The grass was 6 feet tall. It was clearing that, and it was running full speed, Watson said. Take an Alabama linebacker and grow him by 3 feet tall, and that's how big it was. I could see strands running down. It's flowing and moving. It was awesome. Okay? I mean, I'm not convinced that wasn't just a person. I mean, 6 foot tall grass, that's kind of one thing. Like I'm gonna say, like even a 9 foot tall Bigfoot couldn't run through 6 foot tall grass. Like that's just not even how that works. I don't really know what to make of that. Let me be honest with you guys, this dude could have saw a deer or something running down, or he was maybe just a person. Harvey Sprouse said he saw Bigfoot in the mid-1980s when he was a teenager. For 30 years, he kept the sighting mainly to himself, only telling one other person. It was probably back in 86 or 87. Me and a group of friends were going down a gravel road, and just there was something standing on the side of the road, and it just crossed right by us in front of the car. I can't explain it. Describing a big, hairy bipedal and 8 foot at least, Sprouse can't come to any other conclusion than what he saw was indeed Bigfoot. I grew up watching all the Bigfoot movies and all that stuff, he said. It was the only thing I could figure out it was, or it could be. I don't know what that could have been. I really can't say. I mean, it seems like they got a decent look at it. It was dark, so that doesn't necessarily eliminate a lot of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. That guy, he was at least kind enough to not like spread it around the world. He just wanted to see what everybody else did. Unlike, I believe, this next person who this says would tell anybody that would listen. Unlike Sprouse, Pam Carter of McLaurin tells anybody who will listen about Bigfoot. We are avid Bigfoot enthusiasts, Carter said. I've been hunting him all my life. We've had encounters. My brother saw him within 10 feet of him, and he came out on us on some property that I own, probably 3 years ago. Producing pictures of a footprint in mud, Carter said her encounters with the creature would have made the hair on your arm stand up, or any place else. It was very scary. Yeah, okay, so that person like actively goes out and looks for Bigfoot. So that one's hard. Like it's hard like to take that one into account because she's actively looking for them, so she kind of knows what to look for. But on the flip side of that, she actually, had pictures of like a track, which Bigfoot tracks and bear tracks can kind of like mix up or just like fake humans. So it's kind of like, yeah, but at least she was like an avid Bigfoot hunter. Garrett Bell, also of McLaurin, had pictures as well. Holding a weathered photo, Bell pointed to a dark image in the middle of a wooded area. The image was taken by a trail camera meant to capture photos of deer. If you get a magnifying glass, you can see it better. You can see all his features. You can really tell. I see something. I can't tell if it's a Bigfoot, but I definitely see something. It was strange. It scared me. Good old trail cam Bigfoot for footage. Like I always like to say, if it's not blurry and out of focus, then it can't be Bigfoot. Camaros, because good luck getting a clear picture of these things that apparently, are just camera shy. So he could have seen a lot. It could have been a bad spot on the camera. It could have been, a bear, a deer, birds flying. Like it could have been a lot of things. It could have been something up close that made it look bigger. But I don't know. Or maybe he caught Bigfoot. So there you have it, guys. There's a short history of the one cryptid I could actually find, and some stories from some people who have actually managed to see Bigfoot. So please let me know in the comments down below. Have you guys ever seen Bigfoot or the Chautauqua Monster? Have you guys had any stories or heard anything that would be worth telling? Please let me know in the comments down below. And while you're here, please remember to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on those notification bells, as well as follow me on all my social medias, which will be up after this. And I will see you guys in the next video.